Everyone, welcome to my channel. So in this video I'm going to cover the solution to this question called longest palindromatic substring. So before we start the real content for today, I would like to invite you to subscribe to this channel because it can help me grow, so thanks a lot. So let's get started. So given a string S, return the longest palindromatic substring in S. So let's say the input string is BABAD. So the output is going to be BAB or ABA is also a valid answer. So I think I think the question is mostly clear. Let's see the constraints. So let's see that the s.length is between 1 to 1000. So for sure it's not going to be empty. And also the s consists only the digits and the English letters. So uppercase, lowercase, and or uppercase. So I think one question is, do we treat the lowercase and uppercase to be equal? Let's say the capital A and small a, lowercase a. So I think for this question the answer is no. So the solution for this is pretty simple. If we don't consider like the very famous algorithm. So the solution is, we are going to try to start in the middle, like we enumerate all the possibilities if we start in the middle and try to extend towards the two directions. So for example, let's say we start from B and we try to extend in two directions. So first of all, we extend the left pointer to the left by 1 and the right pointer to the right by 1. We see that they are the same characters, so we have like a substring that is palindrome, which is of the length of 3, and if we keep extending, we see that they are different characters, so we cannot extend anymore. So something like that. So let's read through this piece of code. So first of all, I define a palindrome class which has the start index and the end index as variables. So the constructor, so nothing surprise. So we also define a helper function which is get length. So it is the end index minus start index plus 1. So in this main function, we get the input as a string. Suppose the length is smaller than 2, then we just need to return the string itself. Otherwise, we will need to find the longest palindrome. So first of all, we define the longest palindrome like this, and we try to enumerate all the middle pointers we could try to extend from. So we define a helper function which is find palindrome. It's given the middle index we are going to try to extend with. So there are two ways. So there are two ways. If the character is equal as the next character, then we can try to extend. We can try to set the left pointer to be I and the right pointer to be I plus 1, because so in this way we can have a palindrome that it has a length as even number. And another way is we can enumerate the we can try to find the palindrome string which has the length as odd number. So there are two kinds of things. The length is odd or the length is even. So let's see, find the palindrome. So this is the left pointer, this is the right pointer. So initialize the palindrome as left and right, and we try to extend in two directions. So if it is not the equal, then we are just going to break. Otherwise, we set the start index and the end index. And we try to move the start index and the end index towards the corresponding directions. And finally, we return the palindrome. So here, when we try to find the palindrome with odd length, so if it is longer, then we are going to set the longest palindrome as this. And the next one is the current character is the same as the next character. Then it means we can try to find a palindrome that has length as even. So if that one is longer than the current longest palindrome, we are going to set the longest palindrome. So finally, we are going to just do a substring call. So let's say the input string is of length is n, so the overall runtime is going to be n square, because we need to enumerate we need to essentially enumerate all the middle index, and we try to extend towards the two directions. So that's it. And also there is another algorithm called I think it's called miniature algorithm. So that one has on, has a runtime. That's a famous one, but it's quite complex. Yeah, it's quite complex, but it will be an interesting thing to learn. But I would say in a real interview, there's no expectation for you to come up with some like real complex solution algorithm that has been developed by people like years ago, like with years of effort. So you don't need to care too much about that. But for fun, you can take a look at that. So after you're done with coding, don't forget to do some testing, which is also a very important part in the interview. So that's it for this coding question. If you have any question, feel free to leave some comments below. If you like this video, please help subscribe this channel. I'll see you next time. Thanks for watching.